Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, founder of Careerkunj and former TCS HR Recruiter. So friends, all those students who are preparing for TCS NQT hiring and other hirings, this video is for them, how to prepare for interviews. So basically, I have taken so many interviews for TCS, and at the same time, we are also taking mock interviews of the students who got shortlisted for TCS hiring. We are getting many students who are doing booking with us for the mock interview, and there are some observations from those mock interview, the mistakes which students are doing. So this time I want to highlight the mistake of a student that got my attention, whose mock interview we have taken today only. So the thing is that you have to understand that you are a fresher, you are applying as a fresher, and as a fresher the expectation is not very much. That means you should not mention many languages and technologies in your resume. Only mention those things in your resume in which you have a good command, right? Because if you mention something in the resume, then panel will definitely ask you questions from there. I'm telling you, as a panel, we never walk into an interview room with thinking that we will ask this question. It is only your resume which help us to understand which questions to ask. And if you mention something there, maybe you have done some small project there, or maybe you have learned some small things there, but if something is there, we will definitely ask you questions, and then you cannot say, I don't know that in very detail. If at all you have to mention, then mention in the categories like expertise, intermediate, and basic, and in those basic category you can mention the one technology or programming languages in which you are not very good. So this is the mistake that students are doing. In the past also we have seen that, and again, you have to justify whatever is written in the interview. So understand that with freshers, you don't have to flood your resume with technologies, right? You have to mention only those skills in which you are good, in which you have done some projects, so that you can justify what you have done, right? At the same time, I'm seeing this case from my experience in the last TCS NQT of campus hiring also. I was very actively guiding students, and I have seen all the students majorly, have flooded their resume with all the technical things. There are hardly any other things apart from technical skills that is there in the resume. Okay, I will show you the resume that I have seen, that the mock interview that we have taken, but just want to highlight this, that please also write about your extracurricular activity, your achievements, because your interview will not be just technical. In TCS, the interviews are taken by three panels: technical, MR, and HR, and most of you just make it technical, but the MR and HR will ask you questions from your other interest, other things beyond technical. So from where they will ask the question? They will ask the question from your extracurricular activities, from your achievements, from your hobbies. Please understand, I have been in HR panel. My role is not to ask you technical question. My role is to understand your personality. Are you a team player? Are you somebody who can handle pressure? Are you flexible? So that is something I will understand from your extracurricular participation and your interest, which is nowhere mentioned in the resume this days of student. They only mention technical things, and that is where you fail to make an impression before MR and HR. Okay, and let me tell you, MR is the most important panel in the entire panel set, because he is the most senior panel, and at the end he will take the decision, especially prime ministerial candidate. It is the MR who will decide which cadre has to be given to you. Okay, so please mention things beyond technical skills as well in your resume. All right, if it is not getting fitted in one page, that's okay, make it 1.5 page. Okay, because you have to mention things beyond technical. It can be anything, your participation into different college activities, hosting some events, or something else, right? Okay, so please remember this, and if you are also somebody who has made your resume like this, then revisit it, remove the technologies and skills in which you are not good, only highlight those things, mention those things in which you have good command and you can answer them, and also mention extracurricular things and achievements, right? So now let's have a look at the resume of the candidate whose mock interview that we have just taken today only. I will hide the name to keep the identity anonymous. So basically, you can see this is the resume that he has given to us, and you can see that it is all techie, it is all technical, and there are so many skills which which has been mentioned here. And then in the mock interview, me and another ex TCS technical panel, we take the interview like an actual TCS NQT interview, and then we ask questions around all the things, and he was not able to answer some of the skills and like languages that he has mentioned. So that is where we have suggested him to remove the things which is in which he is not very good at, because if you mention, the questions will be there, right? So that is one thing that I already highlighted upon. And then if you see the entire resume is on the tech side, there is nothing like the extracurricular and other things, right? And there are few other observations that this is not the right way to make the resume. It is all bold. It should not be all bold. Only the heading should be bold, and some areas where you want to highlight, because your resume, the panel will look at your resume. If something is highlighted, his attention will go there. But it's all in bold, so this should also be avoided. Secondly, you have to look at the font size. Font size is small here, here it is big. These are editing errors. I have seen many students, students do editing errors in their resume, and that gives a very bad impression. As a corporate professional, we gives a lot of importance to the presentation, okay, beyond your technical knowledge. So if you cannot edit your resume properly, then definitely it will not make the good impression. Secondly, the GitHub links is copy pasted this way. It should not be like that. It should be the GitHub hyperlink. Should make it hyperlink. Use command control plus K, and this will become hyperlink, right? And then highlight same, highlight the core things in which you are expert, and then mention the extracurricular, mention your achievement, mention your hobbies. So this is also very important apart from your technical things. And then you have to mention your 12th and 10th also, because it is a part of the eligibility criteria, so it should also be mentioned, right? So I hope you got a good understanding about the resume corrections, and how you have to make your resume so that it looks appealing, and you can also face a good interview on that. Okay, so I hope your preparation is going good. If you also want to book a mock interview with us to personally get the feedback on your resume and your interview preparation, use the link below in the description box to take an appointment. At the same time, I wish you all the best, and it's a festive time, it's a new year time, but your interview scheduled in January. So please keep working on interview is not something which should be taken lightly. Last time, as I said, 90% students were rejected in the NQT hiring, so the requirements are less. So you cannot afford to make mistakes in the interview. If you need help and if you need proper guidance, you can also refer to my interview preparation course, which I have made from all my experience of taking 1,000+ interviews in TCS. So that will also guide you. But yeah, keep on working on small things daily, and let me know what else you want me to cover. I will make video on that, and stay tuned with us. We'll be bringing more content on the NQT and TCS interview preparation. So whatever students are doing mistakes, I will be highlighting that, and whatever the good practices that are coming up, we will also share that. So all the best, keep preparing and stay tuned. Thank you.